Hello?
Hi, so my question is, with so many sources reporting that net immigration from Mexico is at zero, or at least very close to zero, why is it that so many people, including Trump, are making such a big deal out of it?
Well, the best explanation of this that I've heard is we do know, for instance, that the murders in some states are, 30% of the murders are committed by illegal aliens. We do know that huge percentages of really very serious crimes are committed by people who don't have any right to be here. And I don't know that it's so much for Trump or for me a question of net migration. It's not really about numbers. It's about who you want in. Nobody is suggesting that America should close its borders. I wouldn't advise that as a sort of observer from Europe, and I don't think anybody in America wants that.
Isn't that what Trump's plan is with the wall, is to close that border?
Well, I think he wants to secure the border so that he can decide who America lets in and who it doesn't. If net migration from Mexico is zero, it might be in America's interest that it stays zero forever, because it might be better to get doctors and lawyers and accountants and teachers from Australia or from the UK or from Canada. What's happening at the moment is that pretty much anybody can sneak in if they're persistent enough, and you've got people committing horrendous crimes who just shouldn't be here at all. And for me, I'm a fan of the Australian point system, which, if you don't know what that means, it's sort of basically Australia decides every year, right, what do we need, right? We're short on doctors, we've got tons of teachers, so we're not going to let teachers in. We're short on doctors, we're short on, plumbers even. So they just allocate that number of people, and they come in, they pay taxes, all the rest of it. But the border is rock solid secure. And nobody calls Australia racist. They just get in what the country needs. This country, America, is the country that everybody wants to go to. It is the country everybody wants to get to. And you're sort of insulated from a lot of the worst migration because you're not contiguous with Africa or the Middle East. Because if you were, you'd be in the position Germany is in. But there's nothing wrong and nothing racist with saying, well, here's a country we have, we're short on this stuff, we've got too much of this stuff, and here's a bunch of crime, so here's what we're going to do to resolve that situation. For me, I don't think, putting a halt to Muslim immigration, as a gay man, I'm quite comfortable with that. Building a wall in Mexico, on the border with Mexico to make sure that anybody who comes in or goes out is supposed to be doing that and is entitled to do so, doesn't strike me as a problem. And having a system where a country like America that everybody wants to get to, because it is the best country, gets to choose who it takes. I mean, you have a choice. You're not under some moral obligation to provide a home and pay for the families of people who don't belong here, who just happen to share a border with you. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You are under a moral obligation to look after the people who already live here. And if they need doctors, get them from wherever the best doctors are. And if the best doctors are in Mexico City, get them from there. They're probably not. But if they are, they're probably not, then take them from there. If, on the other hand, they're in Germany or the UK or Australia, take them from there. You have a choice. You're America. You don't just have to accept whatever bleeds over the border because you can't police your own country properly. And that, as far as I read it, as I understand it, is all that Trump's proposing. And I don't know that net migration from Mexico is hugely relevant to that. Thank you.
Thank you.